For me, it's about voting on policy than it is for voting with a party.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you plan to vote in the upcoming primary?
Yes.
What batch are you guys doing right now?
Nonpartisan 134 is what we're getting ready to start.
Why are you unaffiliated?
Unaffiliated because I feel like on both sides of the spectrum, there's evils and there's goods. So I would say I wouldn't pick a side.
For the unaffiliated voters, right, that's where you got to pay attention.
If you're unaffiliated, you're going to have to request a ballot. It's
Literally for millions of voters, this is going to be a hurdle for them voting.
Your ballot that comes in the mail
Yeah.
isn't going to have any of the presidential candidates on it unless you request a ballot.
Okay, so the last time I went to go vote, I was registering too, so it was like easier.
That's part of why we're doing this story is that
Yeah. This is crunch time and we got to get all our books done in a certain period of time to get delivered out to the county of Santa Clara residents.
So this is go time.
Yes, it's go time.
So we're here in San Jose in Santa Clara County, and this is a few days before early voting begins here in California. Inside the Register of Voters office, people are preparing for what could be a pretty confusing primary for millions of voters, not only in the county, but across the state.
Did you guys get film of what we just finished?
Yeah,
That was nonpartisan 147.
the reason for this is the rise in unaffiliated voters, people who have no party preference, meaning they're not in the Republican or the Democratic Party.
Democrats are the largest group, followed by no party preference, the unaffiliated, followed by the Republican Party.
So a sign maybe of just how many unaffiliated voters there are here in the county. It took us maybe 5 minutes when we got here to San Jose to find one here in this barber shop.
So I registered as an independent because what else was I going to do, you know?
Right.
I felt like I couldn't fully agree with either or, so I just go with what I believe, but I still feel like it's important to vote.
Why do you think we're seeing a rise in people deciding to have no party preference?
You know, I think it's maybe a sign of the times. I think the biggest part, really, it's up to candidates and political parties to make their case to eligible voters as to why they should affiliate with them.
Now, the big question, of course, is why does this matter and how is this going to impact the upcoming primary?
I think a lot of the nonpartisans are going to be shocked. When they get their ballots, it's going to have no presidential candidates on it unless they've requested it.
That is Paul Mitchell, a California pollster who knows all about this stuff, and he said something really interesting, and that is that from their polling, they know that 81% of unaffiliated voters in the state say that they want to vote in the Democratic primary. But because of that one extra step where you have to request a ballot, just 15% of those voters are likely going to get the ballot to do so. That's a lot of potential voters who might end up not being part of the presidential primary voting process.
Do you know how it works? Have you gotten your card that says you're unaffiliated?
No, actually, I didn't know. Unless, well, my mailing system is like really weird, so it could be there somewhere. I don't know.
You need to call the Santa Clara County Register of Voters and say, hey, I'm unaffiliated, I want to request the ballot, and they'll send you the right ballot.
Okay.
So who are these voters, right? And how is them voting or not voting going to impact the outcome of the race?
Are they going to be the ones who are more drawn to the Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warrens, or are they more drawn to the moderates? There's no.
Super interesting question, because in 2016, that was a huge Bernie segment of the electorate. So, and it's large part because the independents are younger. They're inherently a little bit more anti-establishment. Fast forward to 2020, it's a little bit less clear.
Paul's research shows that often these unaffiliated voters are young, recent registrants. They're more likely to be Latino or Asian. They're more likely to be renters, not homeowners. But there's also another growing block, and that is higher educated, white suburban voters. That's kind of what we're seeing here in Santa Clara County and Silicon Valley, people who might be more drawn to a Buttigieg or a Joe Biden.
What is clear is that each of those campaigns does have a segment of the independent vote that they can be going after. This primary really advantages candidates who can go after their kind of segment of the electorate and get them to vote.
Do you have a sense of who you like yet?
Not really. I'm still undecided. I'm not completely sure. I mean, I feel like we're all leaning toward Bernie. I'm a millennial. It's hard. It's hard. And I live in San Jose. It's like one of the most expensive cities in the entire world.
Right.
So, and yeah. Bernie. But still, I don't know. Unaffiliated.
If you receive your ballot and it doesn't have the candidates you're looking for, there's still time to exchange that ballot either through the mail or showing up on election day.
So let's say you are an unaffiliated voter and you want to vote in the Democratic primary. It's super easy to do so. You just have to contact your county registrar of voters, let them know you want that ballot. You can go to the Secretary of State's website to learn more. Election day is March 3rd, but remember, because of early voting, you can vote right now.
Awesome. That was so great.
Thank you.
Yeah, exactly what the pollsters we talked to, like you were literally what they describe as an unaffiliated voter.
Fiscally like a little more conservative. I don't want like money being spent on things that like don't matter. Like more stupid statues when it should go towards our schools. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay, we'll pass it out.